There is a reason why they call retail traders dumb money. And during the midst of this video, you're going to understand exactly what categorizes a retail trader as a dumb money market participant and what categorizes a professional trader, elite traders, as smart money market participants. And then it's going to be up to you to choose which category do you want to exist in. Let's roll the intro. All right, traders, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Top Trader channel. It's your head trader, Cleveland Bishop. If you guys are new to the channel, you're probably about to change the way you trade forever. So congrats. And if you guys have been with us for the past maybe even 6 years, thanks for watching another video. Again, like I mentioned in the title, I'm going to be breaking down to you guys the trading strategy that all elite traders use. All right. And at any point in time during this video, if you guys are appreciative or if you like any of the content or any of the things that I'm saying or helping you with anything, make sure you guys like the video. And if you want more content like this, make sure you guys subscribe. Okay. So I'm going to quickly go over first what categorizes a retail trader as dumb money. So that way you can understand, okay, maybe I do have a couple of the habits that a lot of the retail guys who are majority of them unsuccessful, okay, maybe I have a few of the habits that those dudes have, and I need to start moving over and start implementing things that, again, these elite guys, these smart money participants are actually executing on. Okay, so we're going to break down what the retail trader does in 4 key components. Okay, first up, we're just going to get right into it. Most retail traders, they want simplicity, and retail traders are sold simplicity by and large. If you guys look anywhere on the internet, one of the first things you start to see are things like signal services or copy and paste style trading, softwares. As this industry grows, because it has grown, look here in the 5-year time span of Forex in general. This is the Google Trends. Look how popular Forex is getting. Okay, people are getting invited into this business, and the entire concept as to how they understand Forex is being introduced horrifically wrong. Okay, we sat down with one of our broker partners. They flew all the way from Australia to sit with us. Okay, the guys over at Blueberry Markets. And we were talking specifically about the industry. And obviously these guys, they run an enormous brokerage. They have one of the highest rated brokerages, by the way, on Forex Pilot and Forex Peace Army. Okay, so you guys might want to check them out. But at the end of the day, we were talking about the industry and why there is such an enormous failure rate with their traders. Okay, or with all traders in general. And they mentioned specifically, again, a lot of the things that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. And they just see their smaller traders versus their institutional guys. Most of their smaller traders, again, are trading these very simplistic, easy strategies. Most Forex traders say, oh, I just trade support and resistance. Or, oh yeah, I just use this moving average. Or I have these indicators. Or all you have to do is learn price action, and then that will take you to success. Learning price action and simply just staring at this chart for the rest of your life, presumably, is going to allow you to be a professional trader where you're managing hundreds of thousands and maybe even millions of dollars at one point. Or you can just use this simple compounding sheet. Okay, many traders, even they come to us with these compounding formulas and say, hey, by 20 trades, I should have $100,000. These are concepts that, again, only exist with dumb money, only exist on the internet. Nowhere in my experience, and I've been in finance quite some time. I went to Robinson College of Business, studied portfolio management, managed a real $500,000 under assets at the university where we were actually learning money management principles. We were understanding investment philosophies. Okay, retail traders, they don't need to learn any of that. They'll always say, usually, you don't need to know any of that. That's too much. You're overcomplicating it. Guys, we can all agree that Forex is a high-skill business. Okay, it's a high-skill industry. So for you to think that you can simply just come up with these very mundane and silly little concepts is quite, again, silly, right? I mean, it's just stupid. I wish I could live in a world where all I have to do is stare at a chart all day and I could just make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a week. But that's just not the reality of Forex trading, okay? Moving forward, they also love instant gratification. Study after study after study after study has been shown that day traders are usually worse performing than swing traders. And we can obviously understand why. When you're sitting here at your chart for 4 or 5 hours a day, or even just 2 hours a day, sometimes they'll say you only need to sit at your chart for 30 minutes. Okay, again, this is the story that is told to the retail traders out there. Guys who are trying day after day, month after month, year after year to actually build a business in trading are following philosophies that are getting them nowhere, yet they choose to continue to follow these silly ideologies. Okay, but at the end of the day, yes, instant gratification. Don't you guys think it's very, very ironic that the whole idea of get rich quick, get rich easy, this whole idea is paraded in other industries, is also paraded in trading? Do you think that maybe people are trying to take advantage of this idea or this notion that, hey, it's easy to make money? You can sit down during the London session and by 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. you can be up and have this immense amount of money in your portfolio because you're implementing this price action strategy. Guys, again, this is an undersimplification of the business. And you got to be very careful if you're following along with those same ideologies. Next up, they have no real knowledge. Okay, most of these people are not well read on, again, investment philosophy, trading philosophy. They'll read books like maybe The Turtle Traders or Market Wizards and things of that sort. But again, their knowledge is very specified to what they see on the internet. What other people are talking about on the internet as to how to trade, they say, hey, this must be the right stuff to do. And there's a tremendous amount of groupthink in the retail trading space. Okay, again, as recent as this year, I've spoken with probably about 10 or 12 different institutional traders, guys managing hundreds of millions of dollars, and none of them share in these philosophies. And again, they all have a common elite trading strategy that they implement that we're going to talk about in just a second. All right, but I just want to make sure you guys understand that none of them are day trading. Okay, none of them use this undersimplified ideology of simple technical analysis and you don't need anything else, and stay away from the Forex calendar. Okay, this is again paraded in the retail trading space. And last but not least, most retail traders, they don't have an edge. They actually have no idea really what an edge even is. When you ask a retail trader, what is your edge? They'll say something again like my patience, or price action, or I use support and resistance to make money in the markets, or I have confluence, I have a moving average, and I use trend lines. Guys, that's not an edge. That's just a statement. Those are just words that you're saying out of your mouth. That's not an actual edge in markets. An edge in, let's say, basketball is height. If I'm 6'7" and you're 5'9", then guess what my edge is? My height. We have a very identifiable edge. I have a very identifiable advantage than you do. Guys, that's what an edge is, and you need an edge if you're in the trading space. There are many different edges in markets, but most retail traders don't even have a general concept of how to implement an actual edge, again, in markets. Okay, so those are the issues with the retail trader. All right, once you move from that and once you start adopting more professional trading methodologies, you start functioning like, again, these guys on the higher levels. Okay, you start functioning like a Michael Pinto. You start functioning like a Brent Johnson. These traders, again, they're not day trading. And one clear distinction that they implement in their trading business that, again, most retail traders never do is they understand value. They understand the price versus value equation, the price versus value enigma, the whole formula. And guys, you determine this using fundamental analysis. That's right. Okay, if you're a retail trader and you're not using fundamental analysis, you are actually doing the exact opposite of what most elite and professional traders do. If we look at the top 100, probably even 1,000 performing hedge funds in the entire world, funds that are managing at least maybe 10 million bucks under assets, all of them use fundamentals. All of them have some idea as to what's happening in the economy. As you guys have seen, coronavirus, a fundamental catalyst, okay, has driven prices in assets dramatically to the upside and to the downside. Yet, again, most retail traders don't pay attention to any of this information that is obviously driving prices. Okay, we had a massive trade this year on the NZD-JPY that we pushed out all over the channel where we were mentioning, hey, guys, this is going to happen based off of what we see happening in the economy and what we see happening with coronavirus. There was a tremendous amount of risk that was coming into market, so the Japanese yen was due to inflate in value, and that's exactly what happened. You saw the NZD fall dramatically, saw the Japanese yen rise dramatically. Boom, we had an amazing trade on the NZD-JPY. But again, most retail guys don't care anything about fundamentals. Let me give you guys an idea of what fundamentals actually are, okay? Because a lot of people think it's simply just the fundamental calendar, which isn't true. Imagine this. Me and you are going to a yard sale and there's an older woman who's trying to sell us a painting. She says, guys, for you, $100. You look at me and you say, Cleveland, that's a Picasso. That's worth $100,000. I'm like, wow. Boom. Right there, guys. You know what that is? That's a trade. We have this woman, an uninformed market participant, pricing an asset that she knows nothing about. She's dumb money. We have you, the informed market participant who knows the fundamental value of this asset, who it was painted by, and you valued it at $100,000. Guys, the value of this asset is $100,000. The price of this asset is $100. That's the trade. Those are the trading opportunities you should be looking for in markets. You can't determine the value of an asset strictly looking at price. Are you going to buy a car strictly looking at the price? You're never going to check the transmission. You're never going to look at the engine. Someone tells you, hey, this is the value of the car. You see it's worth maybe, let's say, $2,000. And you're like, whoa, that's a steal. Well, what if it doesn't work? If you don't check the fundamentals and determine, hey, look, this tire's a little flat. Dude, look, hey, there's no brake fluid in this thing, okay? Hey, the transmission's a little loose. I'll buy the car, but I'm not buying it for $2,000. You know what you did? You fundamentally expected the vehicle, okay? You didn't just go straight off a price. That's what I need you guys to do in Forex markets. When you see a valuation, all right, an increase in the Euro USD, I don't want you to just think that because it went up, it's time to sell it. Or because it went up, you're now about to start buying it because of a trend line break. I want you to know why it moved. The second you can determine why an asset increased in price is the second you can start rationalizing if it deserves to be at that price. You can start ideating through some process, basically going, hey, look, the Euro USD is at $1.20. It's at $1.20 because of stimulus that just got passed in the Eurozone. Interesting. Well, look, guys, if we think that they're going to have to pass another stimulus, or if we think that, hey, this stimulus is just good enough, we can now start to rationalize, hey, if this happens based off of the stimulus catalyst, then we should see this type of increase or decrease in markets, so on and so forth, right? And so even right now, there are so many opportunities in markets right now that you can gain a fundamental bias off of and probably improve your trading performance dramatically. Now, of course, retail traders are obviously plagued by horrible risk management. They think simplistically all you need is a good risk reward ratio or a good winning percentage. That is the deepest a retail trader will go as it pertains to their money management. Risk reward ratios and their winning percentages. Guys, that's not the end of the road, okay? I know you wish it is. I know you want to find these highly probable trading opportunities with 1 to 10 risk reward ratios, and that's the business with a 90% winning percentage. But guys, that again is not the end of the road. There's a few more variables that also exist in this business, especially when you start including certain things like option trading strategies, which include time decay and implied volatility and all these other things. Okay, so guys, at the end of the day, elite traders, they use fundamentals. If you are a retail trader, okay, and if you are with a group of other retail traders, you should probably share this video with your team because again, it's going to enlighten you guys dramatically. It's going to have you guys executing in a capacity that you probably have never executed before. And all I ask for is a simple like, share, and maybe even also turn on your post notifications because we're going to be coming out with a lot more content just like this. Okay. And also we have a few interviews that we're going to be dropping with more professional traders, institutional guys in the business. Okay. Not your mentor who's maybe about 21 years old and who drives maybe a decently cool car. Guys, that's not who you need to be following in the business. I want you to be following the professionals in the business that are actually managing money, that you can look them up, you can see that they've been in the business a while, so on and so forth, okay? Just ask yourself, where are you getting your information from? Because again, if you're participating in the groupthink that exists in the retail trading space, you, sir, are dumb money, or ma'am, you're dumb money, and you're a dumb money market participant. I want you to be smart money. Guys, if you need anything from me, let me know. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. Make sure you guys comment below your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later this week. Peace out.